Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. A country where ancient samurai castles rise beside glowing neon skyscrapers, where cherry blossoms fall like pink snow in the spring, and snow-capped mountains glisten like diamonds in the winter, where every street corner tells a story of history, culture, and beauty unlike anywhere else on Earth. This is Japan. And in 2025, it's not just a destination. It's an experience that feels like stepping into a dream. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most beautiful places to visit in Japan in 2025. To modern cities that never sleep, to villages frozen in time. And trust me, you'll want to stay till number 1, because it might just be the most breathtaking place you've ever seen. But before we begin, do me a small favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because every week we explore the most beautiful destinations on Earth, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. All right, are you ready? Let's begin our journey through Japan. Kyoto, the timeless heart of Japan. If Japan had a soul, it would live in Kyoto. This ancient city, once the imperial capital, is where centuries of tradition are preserved in every corner. Imagine wandering through endless rows of vermilion torii gates at Fushimi Inari Shrine, the orange arches stretching like an infinite path into the mountains. Picture yourself standing beneath golden light at Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion, shimmering over its tranquil pond. And then, in spring, cherry blossoms paint the philosopher's path in delicate pink, while in autumn, fiery red maples transform the temples into glowing sanctuaries. Kyoto is not just a destination, it is a feeling, one of peace, reflection, and stepping into another era. Here, tea ceremonies aren't performances, they're poetry. Geisha gliding through Gion aren't history, they're living culture. Kyoto makes you stop, breathe, and remember that beauty isn't always in speed, but in stillness. And as the sun sets behind temple roofs, you'll wonder, if this is just the beginning of our journey, what could possibly come next? 2. Tokyo, the city where the future lives. Then comes Tokyo, a city that feels like stepping into tomorrow while never forgetting yesterday. Skyscrapers rise like mountains of glass. Neon signs glow brighter than stars. And yet, hidden between alleys, you'll find shrines, quiet gardens, and traditional markets. Imagine standing at Shibuya Crossing, thousands of people moving in perfect chaos. Then taking a train just 20 minutes away to Meiji Shrine, surrounded by forests where silence reigns. In spring, Tokyo's parks explode with cherry blossoms, and in winter, dazzling illuminations turn streets into wonderlands. The view from Tokyo Skytree at night is like holding a galaxy in your hands, endless light stretching far beyond the horizon. But what makes Tokyo unforgettable isn't just its size or technology. It's the way it makes you feel alive, like you're standing at the center of the world, where anything is possible. And just when you think you've seen it all, Tokyo surprises you again, leaving you asking, what secrets does Japan still have waiting? 3. Mount Fuji, Japan's sacred giant. Few sites in the world are as iconic as Mount Fuji, rising 3,776 meters into the sky. Perfectly symmetrical, crowned with snow, Fuji is more than a mountain. It's a symbol, a muse, a spiritual beacon. In spring, pink blossoms frame its base. In summer, hikers climb its slopes under starlit skies. In autumn, golden and crimson leaves surround the lakes that mirror its reflection. And in winter, it stands silent, majestic, untouchable. Picture standing at Lake Kawaguchi at dawn, the mountain glowing pink with the rising sun. Or riding the Shinkansen bullet train, when suddenly, Fuji appears outside your window like a vision. For centuries, poets, painters, and dreamers have tried to capture its beauty. But seeing it in person is something words can never fully hold. And as you stand before it, one thought will echo in your mind. If a mountain can be this perfect, what wonders lie beyond? 4. Nara, where time walks beside you. If Kyoto holds Japan's soul, Nara holds its innocence. Just an hour away, this ancient city welcomes you with bowing deer that roam freely through Nara Park, sacred messengers of the gods. Imagine feeding them crackers as they gently lower their heads in gratitude, their presence making you feel like you've stepped into a fairy tale. But Nara is more than deer, where the world's largest bronze Buddha sits in serene silence. watching over all who enter. It is Kasuga Taisha, with lantern-lined paths that glow like stars during festivals. Nara whispers stories of Japan's earliest days. Here, beauty is not loud, but gentle, found in quiet ponds, mossy gardens, and wooden shrines that have stood for over 1,000 years. And as you leave, with deer following softly behind, you realize Japan's beauty is not only in its grandness, but in its grace. What could be waiting in the far north or deep south? Let's find out. 5. Hokkaido, the land of seasons. Far to the north lies Hokkaido, Japan's wild frontier. Here, nature paints with the boldest colors. In winter, powdery snow blankets mountains, turning Sapporo into a wonderland of ice sculptures and ski resorts. In spring, fields of tulips and cherry blossoms bloom beneath still white peaks. Summer bursts with lavender fields in Furano, purple stretching endlessly under blue skies. And autumn, oh autumn, sets the forests ablaze with red and gold. Imagine soaking in a steaming onsen while snow falls gently around you, or hiking through Shiratoko National Park where waterfalls crash into untouched seas. Hokkaido is not just about beauty, it's about freedom, wide open skies, vast landscapes, and the feeling that here, the world is bigger, wilder, purer. And yet, as breathtaking as it is, Hokkaido leaves you with one question. If the north holds this kind of wonder, what treasures does the south reveal? 6. Hiroshima and Miyajima. From tragedy to triumph, few places move the heart like Hiroshima. Once destroyed, now reborn, it stands as a city of peace and resilience. The Hiroshima Peace Memorial and Museum remind us of humanity's darkest hour, but also its strength to rebuild. A short ferry ride away lies Miyajima Island, where one of Japan's most photographed sights awaits. The floating torii gate of its Tsukushima Shrine, rising from the sea as tides wash around it. Imagine watching the sunset here, the gate glowing red against golden waters, while deer wander freely across the island. Miyajima's mountaintop views, hidden temples, and quiet paths feel like another world. Together, Hiroshima and Miyajima tell a story of sorrow, of healing, and of hope. And as you leave, you'll carry an emotional reminder. Beauty is not only in what you see, but in what you feel. And Japan still has so much left to show us. 7. Okinawa, Japan's tropical paradise. Travel far south, and you'll find a Japan that feels like another world. Okinawa, where turquoise waters meet white sandy beaches, where coral reefs hide rainbow-colored fish, and where life slows to the rhythm of waves. Here, traditional Ryukyu culture blends with tropical vibes, offering a Japan of music, dance, and hospitality unlike anywhere else. Imagine snorkeling among coral gardens, walking barefoot along endless shores, and tasting tropical fruits fresh from the tree. Okinawa is not just a beach paradise. It is also home to one of the world's longest living people, whose secrets of longevity are found in their lifestyle, community, and food. Being here feels like unlocking a hidden chapter of Japan's story, one of sunshine, smiles, and serenity. And as the waves crash gently, you'll wonder, can paradise really be this real? 8. Nikko, where nature meets spirit. Just a few hours from Tokyo lies Nikko, a place where nature and spirituality embrace. Imagine waterfalls like Kegon no Taki plunging down cliffs, autumn leaves turning mountains into living paintings, and ornate shrines hidden deep within cedar forests. The UNESCO World Heritage Shrines of Nikko are unlike any in Japan, decorated with gold, carvings, and details so fine it feels otherworldly. Here, the famous saying, "Never say Kekko until you've seen Nikko," rings true, because Nikko's beauty redefines perfection. Walking through its misty paths feels like entering a sacred dream, where every step connects you deeper with the land. And as the forest whispers around you, you realize beauty in Japan isn't just seen, it's felt. 9. Kanazawa, Japan's hidden gem. Kanazawa is often called Little Kyoto, but it is so much more. Home to Kenroku-en, one of Japan's most beautiful gardens, Kanazawa is a city of quiet elegance. Picture strolling through samurai districts, their wooden houses untouched by time, or geisha quarters where lanterns glow softly at night. Kanazawa is also a city of art, from its 21st century museum of contemporary art to its delicate gold leaf crafts. But perhaps the most enchanting moment is walking through Kenroku-en Garden, where every pond, stone, and flower is placed with perfect harmony. It feels like stepping into a living painting. Kanazawa is proof that beauty doesn't need to shout. It whispers, waits, and rewards those who seek it. And as you explore, you can't help but think, if Japan hides such treasures in its quieter corners, what final wonder awaits us? 10. Takayama and the Japanese Alps. Old Japan, alive. Finally, we journey into the Japanese Alps, to Takayama, a town where old Japan still lives. Wooden merchant houses, morning markets, and narrow streets make you feel as if time stopped centuries ago. In winter, snow turns Takayama into a storybook village. In spring, the famous Takayama festival fills the streets with color, music, and tradition. Beyond the town, the Japanese Alps rise with dramatic beauty, rugged peaks, hot springs, and villages like Shirakawa-go, where thatched roof houses look like scenes from a fairy tale. Takayama is not just a place, it's an experience of stepping into the past while surrounded by breathtaking nature. And as our journey through Japan ends here, you'll realize, Japan isn't just one country. It is 1,000 worlds, each more beautiful than the last. And there you have it, the top 10 most beautiful places to visit in Japan 2025. From the timeless temples of Kyoto to the tropical beaches of Okinawa, from the sacred presence of Mount Fuji to the glowing gates of Miyajima, Japan is not a trip, it's a journey through every shade of beauty life can offer. So now, I'll leave you with this question. If you had the chance to visit Japan in 2025, where would you go first? Let me know in the comments below. And if this journey touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because next week, we'll take you even deeper into the world's most extraordinary destinations. Until then, dream big, travel far, and remember, sometimes the journey itself is the most beautiful place of all.